Okay, so what's up, y'all? Back with Boys Garage here, doing another video, and today we're doing part 2 on the yazoo, so stay tuned.
Been forgotten, Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Said I've been forgotten, Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Okay, so we ended part 1 where I was taking this apart so I could find the coil, but I gotta take this flywheel off because the coil is on the flywheel with the points of the condensers, probably. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this engine completely off the yazoo, because the other day when I was looking, I got to noticing there's a big crack in the frame, which I'll take y'all out the tripod and show it to y'all here in just a second. But so yeah, we're gonna take this completely off because, you know, A, like I said, there's a crack, and B, it'd be a lot easier to put this back together with it off the cutter, brush cutter, instead of trying to get it on, because a lot of this with it on here, this is in the way, the frame's in the way, it's hard to get stuff on and off. So it'd be a lot easier to take this off and then reassemble and then put it back on the mower, instead of trying to wiggle around, trying to undo this, try to get my fingers all the way up under there. So and while we got it off too, we're gonna weld that big crack up. So okay, I'll take y'all out of the tripod and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so as you can see right here, now with all the stuff on the engine, this was more pronounced, it was deep. This part was shifted down a lot more, you can see it. But yeah, so while we got this off, we're gonna take and weld that up and get it fixed. Okay, so off camera, I went ahead and undone the recoil assembly and stuff, so it wouldn't be in the way. So I'm gonna set this off back here. So now this is dangling because it mounts like right here. But okay, so now I'm gonna see what sockets we need and what switches we need for underneath, because I'm sure there's probably bolts underneath it here. So once I figure all that out, I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so I got it jacked up and had to prop it on a piece of wood too, because it was shifting crooked and I wouldn't be able to get the things off. But anyway, it turns out both of these are 13mm. So okay, so I'll put y'all in time lapse so it won't be so incredibly lengthy and long like the last video. Okay, we finally got all the motors bolted. I had some trouble with one of these. This one right here. Yes, this one, because here's this bolt. You see it looks normal. This one's all stripped out. That's why I had trouble trying to get it out. So I don't know what we're gonna do about that. But okay, so the engine is actually loose. It might have to re-disconnect the linkages though. Okay, there's that one. Ouch. Okay. See now, I undid the belts. Now the engine should just lift right off. But this thing's probably heavy. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Well, we got the engine off. Now it's stuck on this linkage. I gotta do this. Okay. Okay, so I got that undone now, so the engine's completely separate from the. Oh, I had to undo that throttle linkage because it's attached to the engine. I don't have to get a better look at it to get it off. Oh gosh. This thing is heavy. I mean, bringing Strat engines are pretty heavy, but this thing is ridiculously heavy. So, okay, so we got the engine completely off. So that'll make it easier to clean, disassemble, you know, all that good stuff. And I'll be able to figure out how to undo this linkage, which I think I've done figured it out. So I can rehook this back to the yazoo. But okay, I need to get all my bolts cleaned up out of the way so I won't lose stuff. That goes on the stop button. Don't need to lose that. These 4 long bolts right here go on the. That's right. I'm gonna put these up here so I won't lose them, so I know what to go to. And these go. I'm gonna screw these back in right here for now. So. If it'll go in. There it goes. Okay. Okay, so I'll be back in a second. I want to let y'all watch y'all do that. Okay. So here's the frame. As you can see, there's a lot of oil and stuff that needs to be cleaned up. Now there's a longer bolt that goes in between this right here, so you might want to keep that in mind. These 2 washers go to that. I'll take it over here in a second, but okay. Here's the engine. You can see there's a lot of carbon buildup in there. And so since I got this off the mower, it'd be a lot easier to get some of this stuff and clean it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll throw y'all on the tripod while I do that, put y'all on time lapse. But now if I had a Briggs & Stratton engine like on my tiller, like y'all seen in my intro, I would much rather put one of them on this because it'd be easier to find parts for it than this thing. But unfortunately, I ain't got one of those just sitting around, so I guess this will go back on it if I can fix it. But there's the part of the disc grinder my daddy cleaned up the other night. I mean, look how good that looks. A lot better than it was the other day, didn't it? But okay, so I'll throw y'all back in the tripod and we'll get this cleaned up. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put my first spray. Spray a little bit. That in there. So we can, you know, like some of that dirt and stuff. I use some WD-40 too, so that might help. But okay, so let's get started. Okay, so I think I'll call it right there for now. But I mean, you see, that's a lot better than it was. There's still a bunch of chunks of stuff in there that could be gotten out, but you see, that's a lot better than it was. But there's also a lot of numbers and stuff on here. This is actually kind of cool. You couldn't see this because A was on the mower, and B, you know, all the oil and stuff on there. I mean, it's covering up everything. But you could do this the old school ways. You can see it's got this with notch on here, so you can wrap the rope around it. Like the old school way where before you had recoil. But I don't think I'd want to do that because, you know, that's annoying having to rewrap your rope time after time after time when it ain't wanting to start. So I got some oil in my drink there. But okay. Now since we got the engine completely off and now we can go over there and clean the rest of the frame. Get all that dirt and stuff off of there. Okay, so now I'm gonna sweep all this stuff over here. I got my dustpan to catch it all, so it won't end up on the floor. This thing's gonna be in the way, of course. There we go. So I'll time lapse it here too, so it won't be so long. Okay, so as you can see, this looks a whole lot better than it did earlier. And as I was looking at this, I got to noticing if you're gonna completely try to redo one of these, this Farm Implement International Harvester Red is very close to the red that's actually on here, as you see. Which, you know, I'm not gonna try to redo this whole thing. And, you know, which is because, A, I plan on actually using this out in the yard, and B, that would be a lot of work, too, if I was to completely redo this whole thing, make it look new, because I'd have to replace some of these decals, like the ones messed up at the front. I'll have to, you know, sand all this down. I'd have to, you know, Bondo it up in some places. See, like on the handlebars right here. We, think this is from people sweating over the years, because, you know, here in Alabama in the deep south, we have, you know, real high humidity in the summertime. It gets really hot, and you know, it's where you're holding it with your arms, so, you know, sweat off your arms is, you know, getting onto this, because you notice the rest of the handlebars are pretty smooth. They're okay. It's just pitted up here real bad. So if I was to redo this thing, I'd have to Bondo it up right there, and that's gonna be a lot of work for something I'm just gonna use in the yard. So now this would be okay to paint probably, because this is just metal right here. This ain't pitted like all this is up here. But yeah, so, but like I said, if you're redoing one of these, I'd get some of this because like I said, it's really close to the red that's on here. So okay, so what we're gonna do when my daddy gets back is me and him are gonna take and weld this crack up right here. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so I'm actually going to end the video here. I actually found my clicker thing. There's actually another light right here, which I don't use this anymore because I was trying to get it out one time and I stripped the threads on the bottom, so it kind of hangs crooked. And now I got this one on my tripod. See if I cut this off. Look how much darker it is in here. You can't really see good. Cut it back. There we go. So we cut it on, you can see a whole lot there. I don't even have my light on in here. But now we're gonna wait till part 3 to do welding because like my daddy wants to help, and right now his back's hurting, so he can't really get down and do stuff right now. So we're gonna have to put that on hold. And also I gotta go get some pry bars. They're all at my grandmother's house because I gotta have the pry bar so I can knock the flywheel. Also, we can get the points and condensers and, you know, file them down, clean them up. So and also you kind of get a sneak peek into my Christmas special I do on the 25th. But I'm still gonna show you all my office and my game room here. But also I'm gonna do something a little bit different too. Like I said, I'll still show you all this, but I'm gonna show you some other stuff too, like the shop and the workout gym, which I've never actually filmed in there before. But I'll show it off in my video on the 25th. But so if you like my if you like this video series I'm doing, just hit give me a thumbs up, and feel free to comment. And as always, hit like, subscribe to the Backwoods Boys Garage. I'll see you next video.
When we fall, we